Hey guys, Derek here. We're on the road, but I wanted to make a quick video announcement before we start doing promotions and things that I've decided to join Team Clean Machine as a sponsored athlete. So I'm very excited to do that, and I just wanted to talk through some things in case anybody follows what we do and is just curious as to why I've made this decision. If not, no big deal. Just ignore this video. In the past, I've not really openly endorsed any supplement companies one way or another. And that has been for a reason. That's been because I think with a lot of people who aren't vegans or a lot of people who aren't familiar with plant-based nutrition, there's a misconception that the diet is somehow deficient. That first of all, you don't get enough protein, of course. But in vitamins and minerals, like meat and dairy have some magical thing that a plant-based diet is lacking. Completely false. Let me first and foremost say there is no nutritional requirement for any animal product, for any human. And likewise, there's no requirement for any supplement aside from B12, which omnivores need as well. So, absolutely no deficiency. I've decided to sign on with Team Clean Machine, though, because I really admire the company, I really admire the owner, Jeff Palmer, and the other athletes on the team. And I think that it will help, mutually our business, Vegan Muscle and Fitness, as well as myself as an athlete, in motivating me to compete more and to compete at a higher level, which I think an extra incentive is useful. Everyone needs an extra goal and an extra reason to do that. And I kind of came to that realization competing with Team Plant Built this year. If I'm part of a team, if something is making me compete, I do better. So I think that's beneficial. But in going back to supplements, I've worked with other companies in the past, but I've never really openly endorsed or openly done endorsements because I don't want to detract from the whole food plant-based message. So I definitely want to reiterate that you don't need supplements. Nobody needs supplements. In fact, the optimal diet for longevity, as far as the evidence is concerned, is a whole food plant-based diet. And there are plenty of athletes who compete successfully without any supplements. Someone who comes to mind, Torrey Washington, the bodybuilder. Have great respect for him. He's beaten me in an overall competition, so he's doing just fine. Robert Sheik, the godfather of vegan bodybuilding, someone I respect more than anyone in the world, trains and works really hard and gains a lot of muscle and strength without any supplements. Jeff Morgan, I've corresponded with him a bit. He's done some great body transformation stuff without any supplements. So there's people I respect a lot who are doing it. Obviously, you don't need these things. They're not required to gain muscle, to lose fat, especially as a vegan. There is no supplement that's required as a vegan. And I think it's funny that people have this misconception that a vegan diet is deficient when omnivorous competitors, omnivorous athletes take so many supplements. It's somehow that our diet is expected to be deficient if we're doing the same thing. In my career, when I started bodybuilding, I was taking a ton of supplements. I was taking protein powder, creatine, pre-workout, anything I can get my hands on that the magazine said I should take. And I scaled that way back to, I was having about 1 scoop of protein powder per day or so when I won my pro card for the WMBF Men's Physique Division in 2014. So again, goes to show you, you're doing just fine there. But I also, Marcel and I are both involved in heavily researching what we do and trying to do what's best for long-term health and in terms of results. And there's some evidence that some supplements are effective. Obviously protein powder, there's a good amount of evidence showing that taking it post-workout reduces soreness, increases lean muscle gain over time. So that's why I've always, even at my lowest supplement intake, I was always taking a protein shake post-workout. Creatine is another very well-researched supplement, showing that it improves intense activity performance like sprinting, weightlifting, as well as mental performance. Even Dr. Greger has a little piece saying that creatine improves mental performance, and he only recommends not taking it because of the risk of contamination from things like heavy metals. So there's some good evidence that some supplements are both effective and safe if you choose to use them. And I'm talking about for athletic performance, not necessarily for wellness and health. Moving on to Team Clean Machine, I didn't really think Team Clean Machine was different than any other company at first. But after having had some good conversations with the owner, Jeff Palmer, and looking at their products, I've come to really appreciate that, one, Jeff Palmer is a very passionate individual. This company and these products he's producing are really his contribution to the vegan movement. This is his life's work in essence, and he really is passionate about promoting the movement, curing, people's long-term health problems, saving animals, saving the environment, all that. That's his way of doing that. So I definitely became aware of his passion through talking to him. Secondly, he's very, very evidence-based. So he's more up on the literature than I am even. He's read every single study. He's looking at the things that are most effective, and he's also looking at things that are longevity-focused. And I know anytime you're working with a company, something's going to sound like a promotion or a spam. So keep that in mind. I'm now a Clean Machine sponsored athlete, so if anything sounds spammy, I apologize. But I'm excited to be making this transition. But the last thing that really impressed me about Jeff is he definitely believes in a whole food plant-based diet, and he tries to make his supplements reflect that. The ingredients are all natural. There's no synthetic ingredients. There's obviously no animal-based ingredients. They're vegan all the way down the assembly line. His company is all managed by vegans. All of his athletes are vegans. So it's very much a by vegans for vegans promoting vegan athleticism company. And his ingredients all have longevity in mind. He's always looking for the most nutrient-dense, the least stressful on terms of your physiology ingredients for all of his supplements. So I just got the feeling that, if I'm going to be taking supplements, which I have been, even when I'm not promoting them, I've been taking them even in small amounts. If I'm going to be taking them, why not take them with a company like that is so passionate about this and that is so cognizant of their ingredients? So that all made sense to me. And another thing is, many of the Team Plant Built many of the Team Clean Machine athletes are on Team Plant Built, and competing alongside them a few weeks ago in Austin, Texas this year, I really liked them. There's a lot of people I really respect and I really enjoy, and just being part of that team and knowing that they're out competing, representing the same brand that I am, and that inclusiveness, as I mentioned, is incentive for me to push myself harder. It's incentive for me to be a better athlete and a better representative. Because it's, for me in particular, but I think for everyone, it's very easy to rest on what you've done. It's very easy to rest on your laurels. I've competed, I've gotten a pro card, I've got some good photos floating around, and so it's easy to be like, yeah, okay, I'll work on speaking tours, I'll work on being a personal trainer. But after competing and after, getting through some injuries and gaining some muscle mass and doing this competition this year, I'm realizing that's not enough for me. And so having that extra incentive of being part of something, striving, I want to go on and win my first pro show, for example, that's my next goal. I realize that that's important to me, and that's important to what we do as a business as well as our brand, is showing that you can be a high-level vegan athlete, that you can build muscle, lose fat, do it healthfully. And I think being part of Team Clean Machine is going to help me do that. So there's my 2 cents on the idea. We're going to be running some promotions soon, so I apologize if anything I say sounds spammy. Know first and foremost that I advocate a whole food plant-based diet, and that if your diet is not in place, then it doesn't matter what you take. You're not going to get the results you want. You're not going to get the benefits of this diet and this lifestyle. So with that in mind, by all means, if you're interested, check out Clean Team Machine. I'll be linking things if you want a discount. I'll have an athlete code that I'm going to be sharing, so you can check that out. You can get in touch with us personally if you're curious. Yeah, take it easy, eat well, train hard.